Hi, welcome to Therapy for Nerds, psychoeducation through nerdy topics. If you like therapists slapping psychological meaning and theories onto all sorts of nerdy stuff, please like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Cassidy, I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and let's get into today's topic. So today I just finished SheRa, Princesses of Power, Season 4, and I just wanted to talk about it, so I didn't write anything. Partly also because this is NaNoWriMo and I didn't feel like writing anything that's not nano-related. And progress notes. I personally love and adore SheRa. It is such an amazing cartoon series, and Noelle Stevenson is just, she does an amazing job as a showrunner. So I just recently finished Season 4 of SheRa, Princesses of Power, and I gotta say, it was a pretty emotional ride. And I feel like one of the things that stood out to me the most was just this depiction of isolation. In working with nerdy teenagers, I have seen a lot of teens go through isolation, which is one of the worst things about depression, especially the teenagers that end up pushing people away for fear of rejection. I think it's pretty easy to tell the two main characters that I'm going to be focusing on for that. Catra, obviously. She pushes everyone away. And then I feel like her Bright Moon foil character is Glimmer. We see through the course of the season that she's not okay after the death of her mother. And honestly, who would be? Especially at her young age. It is so hard to lose someone that's that close to you. We can see isolation particularly with the character of Catra. She's gone through a lot of stuff. Some of it, was not her fault. She did not decide to be adopted by the Horde. She did not decide to be abused by her mother figure, Shadow Weaver. And she did not choose to have her friend leave her in the Horde. But she did choose to stay. And she did choose to try to attack Adora instead of talking it out. I loved in the last season how Adora was like, no, I didn't do this to you. You did this to you. Because it goes back to this concept that I try to help my clients see and I try to remember for my own purposes. This idea that the only person you can control is yourself. The only person Catra can control is herself. She can't control what Scorpia is going to do. She can't control Adora. Can't control Hordak, though she tried. She can only control herself and how she reacts. And she reacts pretty terribly. I love her as a character, don't get me wrong. And I would really just love to see a redemption arc. But I don't think we're going to get that anytime soon. We can see just how badly this isolation is affecting Catra. She's losing it. She tries to put her trust into people like Double Trouble, thinking that if she has more power, if she has more control, then no one can ever leave her, no one can ever hurt her again. So she lashes out to people in order to keep them at an arm's length or even more. But then she also wants them on a kind of leash so that she can just have them around close, but not too close. She sees other people having friendships, and she doesn't understand why she can't have friendships. And it is so sad to see. I really loved Scorpia in this season. And I mean, I love Scorpia in all seasons because she's just an amazing character. But I loved how it showed how she actually stepped out of her comfort zone, assessed the situation that she was in, an abusive friendship, and took the time to actually get out of it. Poor thing, being shown the slightest bit of kindness made her all teary-eyed. Just wanted to give her a hug. I bet she would give a great hug back. I'm really glad that Scorpio at least was able to have a redemption arc, and that it showed just how warm and welcoming the other princesses can be. Welcomed her so quickly, and it was so nice to see. And we can see just what a big impact that made for Scorpia. Not every friendship we're going to have in our lives is going to be an amazing, perfect friendship. There's going to be people in our lives that aren't nice to us. And yeah, we can think to ourselves, oh, but if I'm not their friend, who else will be? That is a terrible mindset to have. You should not be friends with someone just because you're worried that they would be lonely without you. As much as I love Catra as a character, she does not deserve Scorpia as a friend right now. She might in the future. I hope she does. It seems like she finally realized just how much she needs Scorpia. But in the last few seasons, she has been really rude and really mean. Like Scorpia said, Catra was a terrible friend. Humans and apparently magical creatures from another world are social beings. We have to have connections in our lives. That is why isolation is one of the worst parts of depression, and it can only really be fixed by building social connections. But it can be really hard when you're depressed to build social connections. Heck, we can even see just how terrible isolation is through Glimmer's dad being on Beast Island for that long. He's gone a little crazy. When Adora is almost taken by Beast Island, it's her love of her friends that's able to get her to fight through the beacon that is calling her to just submit and become a part of the island. Bo's speech to Entrapta may not have inspired her to join them and leave the island, but it helped a little bit. I thought that was such a powerful moment and such a powerful episode. With Glimmer, we see that she starts to push everyone away. The sadness of her mother's death is just too much for her to bear, and becoming queen is too much of a responsibility for her at this point in her life. Her friends try to help, but they're not really sure how to, and their lack of communication causes a lot of difficulties and just strains their relationship. Double Trouble notices that they're vulnerable, and Double Trouble is able to take advantage of that fact, which I loved the character of Double Trouble, by the way. They were really fun to watch. So this has been a more rambly video. Probably need to write a script next time. But anyways, if you like hearing therapists' thoughts or a therapist reading farther into a piece of children's cartoons than an English teacher reads into The Giver, please like, comment, and subscribe. All that other YouTubery stuff. Bye.